Hello everybody. Today we're going to be looking at my hive. We're doing another inspection. First of all, this is Toby. We're going to be doing another inspection, and we're also going to be changing some things up quite a bit. Some of you may have noticed I took the feeder off last week. This week I'm going to be condensing both boxes down into one because I added the second box too soon. But this is all a learning experience for me, so I didn't know any better. But that's what we do. We're just learning as I'm doing this. As long as we learn something from this, it's not too bad. The bees should be fine. So we're just going to take them from both boxes. Going to move some of the empty frames out of the lower box, and we're going to put the top frames that we moved up back down to the bottom. It's just too much for them to try to work. I started kind of late in the year, started at the end of May, which was really too late, but I tried it anyway to do a double box, and it's just not working out. And in July, you really need to start preparing them for winter already, because you're going to have another low nectar production coming in the fall. Not a lot of nectar is produced then, so you need to be making preparations now to get your bees through the winter. So that's what we're going to be doing, putting them back into one box so they can try to just fill that one box up this year. And we'll maybe split that box next year, or I might just buy another nuke. We'll have to see how it goes. So let's get into it. So here we are at the hive. Going to be taking this lid off and this box here, moving the frames out, moving it down to this box right here. We're going to be checking to see if there's any other comb built. We're definitely going to make sure the queen is not in the top box before we take it off. So we really need to see her today in the bottom. You may also notice me not using gloves. I'm doing that because I really just want to do this as quick as I can, and that is the quickest way for me to do it instead of fiddling with those gloves that are too big. So I'll be right back with you when I get the top off. Okay, now that we've got the top off, decided to try a new camera angle for you guys too, so you can try to see a little bit more of what I'm seeing instead of so far off. I know you can't really see me anymore, but that's okay, because everything we're doing is right here. It's not way over there. So we're gonna just break these apart here. They're not really working these for the most part. Like these two frames have nothing on them at all. We're gonna set them off in the back and just let them kind of fly off at their own will. So let's see. This does have a little bit more on it than I thought they were gonna have on this frame. Not a whole lot. They do have a little bit of nectar going in. I don't know if you guys can see that. They have a little bit of nectar coming in on that side. Nothing on the back side at all. So that might be one that we move down. We'll set it off over here, and we'll set that off over here, and we'll see what it's like on the bottom when we get down there. They have drawn more of this frame out, which is good. That's what we wanted. Doing a really good job storing nectar. Lots of eggs and larvae on this frame. Lots of eggs, which is good. This one will definitely be going in the bottom box for sure. Okay, so we've got one frame we're gonna leave in here. And then this next box was the original Nook frame we moved up. So that one will definitely be going back to the bottom. Don't really need to look at it. right now anyway. Okay, so yeah, these 3 frames on the end here have nothing on them whatsoever. So we can definitely find a place for these 3 frames on the bottom. That should be pretty easy. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out and set them off to the side so that we can get this top box off and move it over. This is the 3rd frame that was up top here. Lots of little spotty on the capped brood, but when you look inside the cells, you can definitely tell there's plenty of eggs and young larvae in here, especially on this side too. It's a very light frame, so there's not going to be any or much honey on this. You can see the capped areas that I'm showing you for the honey, but most of it is going to be capped brood here in a week and a half or so. The bees are being very docile today. Most of them are probably out foraging right now, so we don't really have a lot of them in the hive. Most of them are out looking for supplies and what they need and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this top box taken off, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Okay, so we got our top box off. These 3 frames here, I know, have nothing on them. These 3 frames are completely empty. So that'll make it easy to move 3 of the 4 frames we have. We just need to check this one on the end and see if it's got anything on it. If not, we'll move that one we'll move some with the honey on it to the end, and we'll put that one with the brood on it down here. These frames, yet again, have nothing on them, so it's no big deal if we don't use them. Set them out back, let the bees kind of fly off of them and do what they will. I'm gonna give it a little more smoke here, just because they are kind of flying around a little more than I would like. Again, no gloves, just because I can work faster and get this done easier. That's right next to some drawn out cells. That's right next to it, and they've done nothing to it. So we're gonna go ahead and just move these out and put some frames from the top that actually have something on it, and then let them just work this box here. Fill it up as much as they can, and then maybe later this year, let them work it out as much as they can, and then we'll have to do the 2nd box probably next year or so, because they're not going to do anything with it this year. Hi! Bet you weren't expecting to see me next, but my camera overheated and I lost all the footage after that. But I'm gonna try to do a rundown of what happened. So on the other box out there, these 3 frames had nothing on them. So that's what I was doing in that last clip you just seen. Pulled these 3 frames out, put the 3 from the top in. Now there were 4 frames up top I needed to move down to the other box. And we were able to find that this last frame on the far end of the bottom box also had nothing on it at all. And that's it right there, nothing on it. And we were able to move that down or take that out and move all 4 frames from the top to the bottom perfectly. So there's no extra comb on these frames. Every frame with comb on it up top was put back in the bottom. So I really hate my camera did that. I really wanted to show you guys. I found the queen again. I wanted to show you guys her. She's quite popular on the channel. Everybody requests to see more of her. So I hate that you guys didn't get to see her. I'm gonna try to do it at a different time next week. Today I didn't have time until about 2 o'clock this afternoon, and it was too hot. Camera overheated. Don't have any more footage from it. By the time I realized what was happening, that the camera had overheated, I was already halfway through the bottom box. I was showing the queen to the camera, and that's whenever I went behind the phone to see how close I was and found out it was overheated. So here comes my dog making a guest appearance again. But hopefully next week I can do a better video for you guys. It really aggravates me that I couldn't do the content that I wanted to put out this week. It's just aggravating. But next week we're going to try to do it. It'll be a lot quicker. Only 10 frames to go through. Quicker inspection. I'll find the queen again next week for you guys. I know you guys like to see her. So find the queen. Maybe put the feeder back on next week. See how far they get without it. But I'm going to take you guys back out to the hive and show you what the finished product looks like. So here it is, getting some afternoon shade. You can see a couple of the bees outside cooling off. But this is what it looks like now. Just the one deep. Like I said, probably gonna leave it like this year. Just let them pack it out as much as I can. If they do pack it out too much, I will put the second box on there, but I doubt that's gonna happen this year. So we'll let them keep doing their thing. And I just want to give you guys a quick update on what that looks like now. Just a single deep on there. Probably gonna put a feeder back on it for maybe the end of the month. I might do a quick little video on that so you guys can see me putting the feeder on and the food in there and all that, just so they can maybe build and hatch eggs a little more faster. So we're gonna do that. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to see more. Any questions, just ask down below. See you guys later.